and this is Hidden Angle. My human fans keep asking me, why the quack am I being so grumpy? Oh, let me ask you another question, you bastards. Just tell me what your Windsor down jacket is made of, huh? Anyway, I'm Quack and you suck. Let's go! Infamous cocaine hippos are running rampant and breeding like rabbits. These hippos are the descendants of 4 hippos that Colombian drug cartel leader Pablo Escobar illegally brought into the country. Of course, they are aggressive. They once had all the cocaine in the world and were living the sex, drugs, and rock and roll life. And now they are breeding like rabbits because their life is so boring that they have only sex part in their life. So the only solution I see here is giving them back their cocaine. EU to lift restrictions on import of Japanese food imposed after Fukushima nuclear disaster. Great news for real sushi lovers. Imagine sitting together by the sea, enjoying sushi and wine, and watching the glowing wasabi instead of some quacking northern light. I can't wait for these biohazard sushi to hit the European markets. Cause after my lab has been taken down, this is the only way I can get high nowadays. Huh? Hey, we have a quacking cooking show. Andre, Natalie, could you please do something with this fish? And no quacking apples, please. French to get bonus to make do and mend clothes. Europeans are sometimes crazy about savings, meaning that Ukrainians are definitely Europeans. Look at me. They sewed on me something that is dropped from some cage nearby. Now it changes its image every time I read these quacking news. Judge reprimanded for spreading MH17 conspiracy theory. A Dutch judge who works at the Court of Appeal in The Hague tried to influence the court by distributing a book written by her brother to judges involved in the MH17 case. That's a hell of an approach by the judge. Here, my brother just wrote a book. Just read it and close the case. Next time, she'll bring the Harry Potter book to blame Voldemort for invading Ukraine, even though it's kinda true. Well, I see where it goes. First, you reprimand the judges, and the next thing you find is these judges running rampant and breeding like cocaine hippos. Life doesn't teach you a quacking thing. In Israel, advanced drones pick apples, assessing ripeness, sugar content, diseases, and worms. Oh, again, my shrinks every time I hear apples. These drones must have been very useful for my lab graduation party when I found my stuffed with apples. But I'm pretty sure they'll crash once they attempt to assess diseases from my Apologies for those who were eating. Enjoy your Charlotte. Bangkok restaurant's 50-year-old soup goes viral. Well, I don't see any logic in waiting for lunch for 50 years. What if it tastes like shit or your tummy won't be able to process it? Are you ready to spend 50 more years shitting it out? Why not? Where's my spoon? Birds get revenge by using anti-bird spikes in nests. That's my boys. And we ain't started yet. But calling it revenge is a bit early in my opinion. Turkey enjoying humans with cranberry sauce. That is my perfect revenge picture. Spider might males undress females to secure the first mating. That's a hell of a strategy. It's like putting a reservation on sex. I thought these spiders are just a bunch of hairy yarn shitters, but now I see who invented the Playboy Mansion. I always knew that Hugh Hefner was a spider. Mark Zuckerberg looks shredded, posts pic after training session with MMA fighters. And we continue spectating the world's biggest wiener lifting competition between two billionaires. But if Mr. Zuckerberg wants it to happen, he should avoid putting online photos like this. Because Elon's mom will be either pushing his son to cancel the fight or trying to adopt Mark and bet on him. Severed finger mailed to Macron's residence. These Russians are so creative. After mass rejects for French visas applications from Russia, these Russians are now trying to move to France piece by piece. Pretty smart move from Putin's stealth haters. And our reckless field reporter Tanya joins us right now. Hi, Tanya. We can't wait to hear about the shithole you are visiting today. Are you there entirely or just some part of yours like Russians?
Hey there. I'm here in the Düsseldorf airport. Entirely. And if you keep talking like this, guess which part of yours won't be reading this news anymore?
Like I give a single quack.
Freaking feathery. Anyway, I'm here in one of the German airports. I had a flight to Colombia to hang out with cocaine hippos. But this eco-f***ers has blocked the airport. I see one of them lying right on a runway, and there are flies and vultures flying over. I also see crows and sparrows arguing who's gonna check if this body is dead. But I'm not the only victim here. Other passengers are furious as they have also planned their flights to Hurghada, where they were going to watch sharks eating Russian tourists. But I'm afraid they'll skip this show if we don't fly today.
Pretty sad. Is there anything else going on in the airport? And what's the passengers' general mood?
Well, I see no one is laughing at the guy with the huge crossword anymore. While waiting for their flights, everyone wants to befriend him now. There is also a woman in the corner crying out loud because it's been a week already since she's not able to get to Hurghada, and tomorrow her vacation ends, but her period starts. Oh, I hear the loudspeaker. Wait a second. It lists the addresses of this damn eco-activists so that all the passengers could send them appreciation letters for their cancelled flights and crime kits. As a result, poor 80-year-old granny who never saw the sea was buried in a capsule hotel. And all the stuff because this eco-activists who blocked the runway. Airport management is not handling the situation. It looks like they just ignore the situation and pretend that everything is okay. If I had it my way, I would have handled it radically by showing this eco-activist a picture of Greta Thunberg so that their bleeding eyes create a gap for passengers to escape with their flights. Quack!
Sorry, I wasn't listening. Where were we?
Teddy Duck.
You know what? Every time I think you hit the rock button, but you prove me wrong. Bye-bye. Turkey's Baykar starts building plant in Ukraine to produce Bayraktar drones. Oh, again. I hope these drones won't be apple-picking ones, because there are no apples in a huge pile of Russian shit in Ukraine. But if it helps beating the Quack out of Russians, I'm okay with this. Russia is sending disposable soldiers to fight Ukraine high on amphetamines to ensure they still run at machine guns, military expert says. So what? I thought all Russian soldiers are disposable, because I don't see any other reason for putting almost 300,000 of Russian soldiers into Ukrainian ground. At least they can call themselves the world's second fertilizer army. Brutal bee invasion caused problems in Budapest. Several people injured. Brutal bee invasion. It was my favorite experiment back in my lab. But honestly, is it Hungary's biggest problem? Because this bee problem will make way less people injured than the face of the Hungarian Prime Minister. Almost 1,000 gathered for nude photo installation in Kuopio. U.S. photographer Spencer Tunick specializes in photos of large groups of naked people, and the Finnish city of Kuopio is his most recent canvas. The guy is a genius. Why make 1,000 dick pics if you can make one huge pic of 1,000 dicks? It may save tons of cloud storage space. By the way, this naked crowd could also form a huge "you still don't get why Ukraine needs weapons" sign, just in case. Robots reassure humans at first AI press conference. Robots responded to reporters' questions, sitting or standing next to their creators. They reaffirmed that had no intention to replace humans or rebel against them. That is the same thing that I say to chicks right before quacking them. So my suggestion will be not to believe these mechanic quackers. Unless there is at least one robot who can reaffirm that the rest of robots are not bullshitting about their intentions. Schultz would go hiking with Macron and Sanchez, but not Putin. Well, with Putin, it won't be easy, because there's not enough space for hiking in his bunker. Macron once tried, but he was only allowed lap dance with Putin until the music stopped. Unfortunately, Putin outplayed him here too. Europe will impose removable batteries on smartphones. Another blow for Apple. Apple. But seriously, is it such a big deal? It would be much more efficient to impose removable Hungarian Prime Minister first, and then move on to removable smartphone batteries. Believe me, it's not about Apple. Greek priest arrested for anointing tourists' genitals with holy oil. The guy is pissed by having a free holy hand job. I can't quacking believe it. This is why you should be choosing Christianity when you reach your adulthood. By the way, can anyone share this priest's contact? I feel my genitals lack anointing too. That's all quacked up news for today. Push the wing up button if you liked it, and hit the bell not to miss the upcoming portion of News Frenzy. I am Quack, and next time I will tell you how these quacking perverts made me hatch combat nits eggs in the biolab. And how I miss my little nits babies. See ya!